Hi there, human of value. Welcome to this vlog. We are still busy in our mini-series called Let the Scriptures Speak About Our System. And this is the 4th episode. And in this episode, we will take a look at a short video of how the sun and the moon are rotating within this system and how they are also interrelated to one another to a certain extent, of course. The video cannot be too long, so it's quite short, maybe 3 minutes something. And I will show, and of course I will talk while the video is moving. I will talk through it. Okay, so let's start the slides. This was the last one, and we already went through it. So we went through the foundation or the foundations of this system. So we will continue now with the sun or the sun and the moon. And I'm not going to make this one work because probably it's not possible. But I have the video just now in 3 slides. So then we will go through that one. And that video is much better, of course. Much richer. So the question is the sun a disk? Is it a disk? Let's read. Job 9 verse 7. The one speaking to the sun's disk, so that it doesn't rise, and who places a seal about the stars. Also in the Dutch translation, it's talking about a disk. So this is interesting because I studied the Hebrew word, and there are places where you can probably argue that it can be interpreted differently. Okay, that's possible. So that's why I put it like a question, because I'm not 100% sure if the sun is a disk, but I tend to think that definitely. I tend to think that if it's not a disk, I think it's more in the direction of a sphere, right? So that's how I see it now. But I have a statement, because if the sun is a disk, then I argue that the moon then is also a disk. And I challenge you to change my mind. So let's look at another well-known passage in Joshua. Joshua 10 verse 13. So, look at what scripture says. Scripture. So, the sun stood still, and the moon it stayed, until the nation Israel had avenged itself on its enemies. Is it not written in the scroll of the upright? The sun stayed in mid-heaven and didn't rush to set for about one robust day. So I think, well, when I was in church, I knew this passage, but I always thought that this was only worded in such a way for humans to understand from a human perspective. But in reality, I thought back then that the sphere of the earth stopped rotating on its axis. That's what I thought. So the earth stopped rotating, and that's why it seemed like the sun stood still. But I think that is now by reflecting back retrospectively, I think it's not correct what I thought. I think this is literal. And we will see later on in all these passages we will go through that it is all literal. You will be seeing it, and then you can draw your own conclusions, of course. So this also literally happened. It is the sun and the moon that rotate within this system over the earth's kingdom or the earth's realm or the habitants. So now we can be even more confident and just believe what Scripture says. Just believe. And not, oh, they mean this or they mean that. No, this is what Scripture says. And in by far most of the cases, it is just literal. So now we're going to go to the video and take a look at how the sun and the moon rotate. This is how it looks like, and let's start it. So it's going to go slow first, very slow. As you can see, I recorded it. It was a screen recording on my app, on my phone, on Thursday, 15 December, last Thursday, and at 5:49 p.m. So you can see that here, I know that in this season in Suriname, it gets dark relatively earlier. So also, okay, look at this. This is Suriname here, and almost it gets twilight already. You see? So I know that twilight is in half an hour. And at 6:30, it starts to get really dark already. So it matches totally. You see the impact of the sun also. It lights up the majority of the earth realm, of the habitants. And only a smaller part is dark. So now you see, if I put it more quickly, and I'm going to put it more quickly later, but now you see better how it moves, how sun and moon rotate. It's like a clock. They rotate clockwise, and you see it completely matches everything. The sun here, the moon is a half moon. It gets smaller and smaller, and the sun gets closer and closer to the moon as well, as you can see. And let's see. So again, it gets, you see the time is rushing forward here. And now it's Saturday, 17 December, and now it's going even faster. Now it's the fastest one, just to have an idea what's happening. So now you see that the time goes very fast, and you see that the sun gets closer and closer to the moon. The moon is more crescent and crescent until it will be new moon, and then you will not see the moon anymore. The sun will go over the moon even. So you see, as an example, how they rotate. And also, they rotate not only across the equator, but also, so now it's the same. Now it's slower, you see. And now later on, it's going to go to the normal speed. But it's still 22 December, and now you see how they were close to each other, right? Here, you see they were up. Let's go back here. You will see the sun will get closer to the moon here, and then it will get above the moon. So at the same place as the moon. You see now the moon is gone. You see the moon here. The sun is almost at pace with the moon. And now, you see, it's at pace with the moon, but then it's going to go further. So now it's slower. So the sun is going to go faster than the moon. It's quite easy to see and understand, and it's quite obvious also. So this is the normal. We are back to Thursday, December 15. And you see again, we are at the same place where we started out. So again, the sun here, the moon here, and it is very easy, very logical, and very simple to understand, I think. So I hope you how do you say that? You understand this as well, and you can at least see the picture. Also, I have to mention, you can see this as a clock. And this is exactly how a clock works. So that also says a lot about the genuine part of this system. So I think it's very well done, this app. and I like it. I have this app for 2 years already, I think. So this was the video. I hope you have a better picture now, and we will continue with the boundaries. So these boundaries, of course, this is styled. So this is not the real Antarctica. This is just styled, a styled picture. But we will go to the boundaries of this Earth realm, of the disk. Let's continue. Okay, so the boundaries. Let's see what Scripture has to say about that. Proverbs 8:27. When He, God, established the heavens, I was there. That is wisdom speaking. When He delineated the horizon on the face of the abyss. Isn't that wonderful? When He delineated the horizon on the face of the abyss underneath this disk, of course. Fantastic. It's very clear. Because let me ask you now, try to picture this in the system, the open system that we have learned about in school. Try to picture God delineating the horizon on the face of the abyss. Can you picture that? Or invert it. Try to picture it in the hollow earth system or the model. Can you picture it? I cannot picture it, sorry. Because what is the horizon there? The horizon, where is the horizon? The horizon is a relative expression, except when you look at a disk, flat disk with borders, high walls, and very thick walls. Then we're talking about delineating a horizon, yes, and really establishing boundaries. You cannot do that either on a sphere, an open system, or a hollow earth, an inverted sphere, so to speak. Not possible, I think. So let's look at verse 29. When He established for the sea its statutory limit. Remember, this passage also was gone through earlier when I was talking about foundations. So when He established for the sea its statutory limit, so that the waters, they may not pass beyond His bidding. When He delineated the foundations of the earth. I was emphasizing the last part when I went through this passage at the foundation part. Now I'm now emphasizing this part. He established for the sea its statutory limit. Again here, the high walls and the seas cannot pass it. They cannot go past it. Impossible. It is literal. Okay. Psalms 104 verse 9. You, God, you placed a boundary that that's the waters of the seas, would never pass. They shall never return to cover the to cover the earth. Of course, referring to the flood in the days of Noah. But the waters of the seas will never return to cover the earth. Let's continue. Deuteronomy 13:7. Of the Elohim of the peoples who are around you, those near to you or those far to you, from one end of the land to the other end of the land. So it's just a matter how you interpret land here. Are we talking about the whole earth system here? Or are we talking about only the lands? But then, when is the one end of the land? Where is it? Where do you have to look? Here to here, or here to here, or what is it? I don't think that is the applicable way of looking at it, but it's up to you to also consider it. Job 28:24. For He looks to the ends of the earth. He sees under the entire heavens, and that is literal. So you have to picture here, you are standing on the dome. The dome is transparent or translucent if you want, and you see everything under the dome. Everything under the dome. And that's here you see under the entire heavens. That's what God sees. Quite simple, quite literal. Psalms 48 verse 10. As is your name, O Elohim, so is your praise unto the ends, the boundaries of the earth. Your right hand is filled with righteousness. Again, the ends of the earth are the boundaries of that earth system, or the earth realm, so to speak. The disk, if you want. Let's continue, because again, like I said, the border is Antarctica. Proverbs 34. Who has ascended the heavens and descended? Let's see. Who has ascended the heavens and descended? Who has gathered the wind in both his hands? Who has tied up the waters in a piece of raiment? Who has confirmed all the limits of the earth? What is his name and what is his son's name, in case you know? A little piece of sarcasm, it looks like. Anyway, it's talking about confirming all the limits of the earth. It's the same thing again. Psalm 74:17. You yourself set up all the boundaries of the earth. Summer and winter, you yourself formed them. And if summer and winter are mentioned here in regard of, or with regard to, the boundaries of the earth, you have to interpret summer and winter as part of the whole system, part of the earth realm, because summer and winter are also to be found on the seas, right? So I don't think it's the lands only, so the fixed part of the earth, but it's everything. It's the whole earth realm, the habitants. Okay, so let's go to the last slide for this episode. And look at this. Even the heaven has boundaries. Remember? I told you already, but let's read it first. Mark 13:27. And then, very well-known passages. And then shall he be dispatching his messengers and assembling his chosen from the four winds, from the extremity of the earth to the extremity of heaven. You see? Let's continue. Matthew 24:31. And he shall be dispatching his messengers with a loud sounding trumpet, and they shall be assembling his chosen from the four winds, from the extremities of the heavens to their extremities. Let's take a look. If these are the heavens, then these are the extremities. But of course, humans are not here. So, here, whether they are at sea or on land, it doesn't matter. His chosen ones are going to be assembled by his messengers. So on this whole disk here, the whole earth realm, everything from the borders of heaven, and that's this heaven here, to the other extremity of heaven. So I hope you can see that this is quite literal. Again, my question: can you picture this in an open system, in a sphere system, or in a hollow earth system? What are the extremities of the heavens then? I have no clue. Even in a hollow earth, no clue. What are the extremities of heavens? Where do you begin and where do you end? You see the point? Here, it is literal. You can see the extremities with your own eyes. So I hope this is clear up till now. I thank you for your for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.